Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is No Country for Old Men, the Orzhov deck that kills with life gain. We have a unique blend of men along with specific cards to eliminate opposing permanents. We can attack life totals with our men and gain life to cause even more loss of life. Although we have life gain, we're not relying on it entirely to decimate the opponent. We are kind of light on removal, so use it carefully. This is No Country for Old Men. We have all new men in this deck. We've got the full set of Fear of Lost Teeth, which the opponent will have because at every turn we'll be trying to kick their teeth in. This little guy can hold the ground early against any 2 toughness men on the opposing side or take out a pair of 1/1 enemies. He's got blocking duty all day, every day. Exorcise is a new destroy evil that exiles. We can hit any enchantment or artifact or snipe a big enemy and for only 2 mana, but we have to do so at sorcery speed. That's a rather minor drawback for the versatility this card provides. Reluctant Role Model is a card that's gotten overlooked a bit, but in testing it has paid off from time to time. Although it starts out small, more copies of it in play make the card so much better. The ability to gain counters to pump itself or give itself flying and/or lifelink make this very useful. The Sticktwister is a wicked card that also hasn't caught on yet with a lot of players. Sure, it's just a 2/2, but it has lifelink, and its ability, once enabled, can dish out damage without having to attack. Delirium is not all that easy to achieve, but we do have ways of getting some cards into our grave to help us out if we have a Sticktwister or 2 in play. Make Your Move is another versatile removal. For 3 mana, we can do what Exorcise does at instant speed. This will destroy, not exile, but it's still excellent at taking out opposing permanents. Enduring Innocence is a powerful little guy. He's got lifelink already built in, but he also gets us a draw every time we get men down that are 2 power or less. And if the Innocence dies, it comes back as an enchantment to help us keep drawing. Most of our men will trigger the card draw, and we have a way to generate tokens as well, and that should give us enough draw to flood the board with men. The Unstoppable Slasher is a big favorite thanks to its ability to cut the opponent's life in half, that when put in combination with other similar abilities will kill with 1 shot. He's got Death Touch to trade with any bigger men we tangle with, and then he brings himself right back from the grave. It's a never-ending assault when we get 2 or more slashers on board. Leyline of Hope is a useful enchantment that lets us gain 1 life more than we would have normally. It might not seem like much, but it does add up with cards like the Sticktwister, especially since he can end up doing extra damages to the opponent. Enduring Tenacity is what really makes the deck tick. With 1 of these in play, suddenly all our life gain turns to drain. We gain, they lose. And if they take out the Tenacity, it comes right back to do it all over again. Multiples of this guy in play make it a brutal headache for the opponent, as each will trigger every time we gain even just 1 life. Meathook Massacre, the sequel, is a powerful card that will let us take enemy men if they can't pay the life. It can also act as removal if we have enough mana to play it out for 6, 8, or even 10 mana. Grievous Wound is a card that is going to make the opponent think twice about blocking up. If the opponent takes a hit from anything, they'll lose half their life, and that includes the trigger on Fear of Lost Teeth when it dies. Ping them for 1 and pew, their life is cut in half. GG's, bro. Thanks for coming and playing on the big show. For lands, we have 3 Mirrex, the Ladmaker, plus that will trigger our Enduring Innocence even on the opponent's turn. 4 Shadowy Backstreet, the Orzhov Surveil land. 4 Restless Fortress, the Orzhov Manland. 6 Swamp. And 6 Plains. Playing the deck is rather straightforward. Get early men down and take out anything that has got to go. Tell them, "Get gone, girl," and send their stuff packing. Most of our cards are at the low end of the mana curve, with the majority of our deck being 3 mana or less. Take advantage of our early action and get in for hits whenever possible. The Massacre doesn't have to be played out for a ton of mana to be effective. With playing it out for only 4 mana, will still get us the triggers when men die. An Enduring Tenacity is absolutely critical. Getting 1 in play activates the deck to a level that is hard for opponents to deal with. For upgrades, the Leyline and Fear of Lost Teeth can be swapped out for more removal, or even other men that you prefer. A Dark Knight or two could also be brought in as he is a beast, plus his lifelink would be amazing with the deck. Adjusting the removals to hit men or even planeswalkers could be a solid move, depending on what you run across most of the time. We are playing the deck with 23 lands, so adjusting the land count might be on your to-do list if you prefer the default 24. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is Donkey Kong. No, wait, it's Dankey Can G. You were almost Donkey Kong, bro. We're opening up with the Shuffler Special. Luckily, we've built the deck with a low curve, and we have a lot of cards that we can play out for 3 mana or less. Even with only 2 lands, we can play out all but 2 cards in our starting hand. As we like to say around here, keep your pants on. Mono green stomp the yard, is it? Their 1 mana guy is a 2/2. That's a pretty good rate, especially since it doesn't have any restrictions. They have a Sun Shower Druid on top, so they look to be trying to play a small ball game. We'll go with our Backstreet and get a glimpse of what we have on top, which is another land, so we'll keep it. They play out an Innkeeper's Talent, which pumps their guy to a 3/3, and it will only keep growing, which is fine because then we can snipe it with Make Your Move. But our Slasher is also removal of a sort because of its Death Touch ability. We'll likely want to be able to fire off our removal, so we'll play out the Restless Fortress this turn. We'll land our Fear, and he can make a good blocker if we need to give a block. It's the Druid's turn to join the party. He self-pumps, which feels odd, but you do you, bro. Maybe should have played that out before the Druid. You know, so you get a little extra pump up the jam, pump it up. It's only 3 damages coming in, so we don't give a block about that. Enjoy the damages, bro. The Slasher will be our play this turn. He should make their men put on the brakes. He can be a total brick wall against regular mortal men. Don't tell me they have removal. They're checking out the Slasher. It's not removal, it's team pump. We pump up the jam some more, but the question is, will they bring it? They do bring it. I'm somewhat surprised. We'll give a block and take out one of their men. It doesn't really matter much which one we take out, since the Slasher is going to come back and do it all over again in a few turns. He's never late to a party. He arrives exactly when he means to. All right, Party Druid, open up and say, we're making you a sandwich and you have to take a bite. Eat it like a pie, bro. Bro is not even sure what to do now. You're gonna need more men, bro. Find men in the stock market and pour money into it. Invest in men. This has to be an Enduring Innocence turn. All our men in hand will get us an extra draw. Plus, the Innocence has lifelink, and we need a little bit of that. Heal me, bro. We took a hit. The opponent picks up their cards and runs away. They did not invest in men. GG's, bro. This is Medical Cow. We're playing against some fine bovine, or is this a mad cow? We're kicking this one off with a 3-lander. This time around, we seem to have gotten a couple of our top-end cards with only 1 early play. We'll need the Backstreet to show us something good. Keep. All right, let's see what we've got. That's a 4th land on top, and that's our magic number. Since we have a pair of 4 drops, we'll want to be able to play eventually. This is no country for old men, bro. You're playing old men. We'll have to fix their wagon. And by fix, I mean make sure the wheels fall off. Play all the tap lands first, but we are still able to drop our Fear. Get in there, bro. Make them fear. Their dude gets boosted with performance-enhancing enchantments. It's all good. We've got ways. And then they send it. Maybe they don't know about the Fear? We'll block up, and when Fear dies, it'll take out their other guy sitting on the bench. He thought he was safe. But no. You are out, bro. Get gone, girl. They play out another one. It's like a parade of the same guy. Bro, you can only have 4 copies of any one card. I'ma call the judge. They come in with a beefy 6/6. Not only is he a reluctant role model, but he's reluctant to block up. We'll take the hit. We could swing in, but chances are they might be interested in trading, seeing as how our role model will be able to pump himself up. Sniping their beefy guy seems like a good plan. They're tapped, and we're not sure if they play protections, but if they do, we'll snipe it now. To be sure, it goes to the grave. Dead men tell no tales. They play out a Sheltered by Ghosts, which looks really good the turn you play it out, but it's the worst kind of enchantment removal. Do yourself a favor and don't play it. Sure, we'll take some hits this time around, but we have men to throw down on our turn, and that's a slasher. Get in there, bro. Brickwall their team for us. Well, okay then, the first striker will be a problem, but the other guy has no pants on to save him, so we'll block there and take that guy out at least. We hit that low single-digit life total, so we'll call up a DJ. The party just got real. We've got a pretty good line of blockers coming up, so we should be able to prevent death unless they draw another removal. They play out an invasion, which lets them tutor up an enchantment, but they get the wrong one. That should have been another Sheltered by Ghosts, but they got an armor instead. Oopsie poopsie, bro. For a moment here, I considered not giving a block, but that'll give them 2 men we'd have to block, and they'll get card draw as well. I don't think so. Let's block up. We've had a parade of lands, that's why we're only playing 23. Luckily, we get one that can show us what we have on top. Another Tenacity is fine. We need the line of blockers to stave off a case of death. Wait up. Let's not play the Sticktwister, and instead go for the Tenacity. On our next turn, we can play out both the Sticktwister and the Tenacity. Having a pair of blockers might be better in the long run. We give a block about our life total, about that invasion, about our health. All right. It's a double spell turn. We'll land the Tenacity and follow up with the Sticktwister. He likes to play Twister Friday and Saturday nights with all the ladies. With 2 blockers up, we can send in the Slasher. They're at a comfortable 52, but that's going to get cut down. Bro, you just lost 27 life. Are you not concerned? Not all that concerned, apparently. They come in once again. We block day in and day out, all day, every day. Have another Tenacity. We draw another Sticktwister and send him in. Get in there, but instead of playing Twister, how about blocking up? They don't want their life cut in half yet again, so they give up their innocence. Our Slasher will come back. He self-resurrects. All right, one of our Sticktwisters has to go down the hole. It's unfortunate, but it's the facts. And with that, we now have Delirium. Our Sticktwister is going to make them make choices. Decisions will have to be made or mistakes will be made. We draw the mighty Meathook. Let's hook them like a fish. We have enough mana to make every player sacrifice 1. For our 1, we'll send the Slasher down a hole, but you know his trick. He comes right back to do it all over again. Now let's send in the Twister with his stick. With triple tenacity, the 2 damage will add up quickly. Oh wait, did they think they were only taking 2 damages? No bro, this is damages bro. They really like that armor, but they're going to need men to go with it, and that is where they seem to be stuck. We draw a Leyline and we'll throw it on down. Our life gain will be 3 at a time now, plus the damage will be 1 more every time we connect. You might want to discard or sacrifice something, bro. Taking another hit means another 11 damages. Bro must like pain. They get a blocker down, and width of their armor it might be a decent size. Well then a 4/4 first striker is not something we can attack into, but luckily we have Sticktwister to force decisions. Alright, discard your 1 card or sacrifice something. You don't want to, oh no, bro took the hit. The medical cow is going to need medical attention. Put a band-aid on that, bro. They have enough permanence that they can sacrifice something. Sacrifice an armor, bro. They don't want to live. They took another hit. GG's. This is greed. Why the go at? Go at what, bro? Go at greed? This is another shuffler special. With 23 lands, we will likely see these a lot. Once again, we will be able to play out 3 of our cards with our 2 lands, plus, with 1 more, we can land the slasher. Keep your pants on. We do get to start the game with our Leyline in play. We're missing our lifelink men, but hopefully they arrive sooner rather than later. Mono black discard, more common than mono red. They'll take away our Grievous Wound. It's our most expensive card, and one that we wouldn't be able to play anytime soon anyways. Discard is pretty bad at dealing with opposing men, so hopefully we can get in some hits with our fear. Bro is not sure what to do about our Leyline. Throw all your cards at it to make it go away, bro. A bandit's talent is their play. What should we throw out? We could take it out with Exorcise, or we could keep the slasher and aim it at their life total. Going for their life total seems like the best play. Let's hang on to the slasher, and we can play him out on our turn. Alright, slasher, get in there and do some damage. Hopefully they don't make us toss our Mirrex. That could come in handy if they do happen to have removals for our men. They just read the slasher, and they snipe it anyways. I suppose that delays everything for a few turns, but what they should have done was sniped it on our turn, and that would have bought them another extra turn. A bat. Very nice, bro. But they can't nab lands. we'll be able to play out our Mirrex and get to making tokens. We drew another slasher and we'll have to play him out. They're gonna love seeing a second one. How are all those discard spells working out for you, bro? What do you do when your opponent has no more cards and you're loaded with discard? Okay, so we'll take 2 damage from the bandit's talent, but that isn't as much as we'll be taking off their life when a slasher lands a hit. I'm impressed. They send in their bat for a hit, but it's only 1 damage. The question is, do they have removal for our untapped slasher? To play the fear or to not play the fear? That is the question. We'll hang on to it and activate the Mirrex instead. It's time to send in our men. They have a removal for the slasher. Eventually, they'll run out of removals, and they'll be forced to block up. Their play is a hopeless nightmare. It's fine, as that does nothing to what we have on board. In response, we'll make a lad. Now they'll need removals for the lad tokens and the slashers. What now, bro? What are you going to make us discard next? They choose to sacrifice their nightmare for the scry. Even Black's board wipe is not going to be effective here. The role model can gain lifelink to counteract their talent, so we'll play him out. Then we hit attack all. Bro takes the hits and they go from 18 down to 7 life. With only 2 cards in hand, their options are about out. A second bat. That is very useful, bro. They've doubled up on a useless card. Very nice. I give you 2 thumbs up. It's a parade of role models. Know your role, bro, and take it like a champ. Their bats sit on the sidelines and watch their owner take the fall. Geez, bro, GG's. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.